So, if you're like me and your love of anime and manga are what inspired you to start drawing in the first place, then of course the main things you're going to be focused on drawing are things from anime and manga. But is that really the right way to go about it? Should you really be copying these professional manga artists if your goal is to improve? Real quick before I get on with this video, my first video is sitting at a whopping 2 views and 1 like, which was not me by the way. So to whoever liked my video, I love you. Anyway, on with the video.
Let us commence forth.
Well, first I think you have to ask yourself, what exactly is a manga artist? I mean, these guys are quite literally making a living off their drawings. Now, of course, their drawings are absolutely incredible and they have amazing storytelling, but typically they're doing this with no color. Now, not to hate on art pieces that don't have color or anything, but when the artists limit themselves like this, the only way to really set themselves apart from other very talented manga artists is by really pushing the boundaries of what they can do with just a pen and some ink. That means adding incredible amounts of detail, exaggerating expressions, and trying to really captivate the viewer with their incredible line work. Now, if you're a more experienced artist and you're looking for a way to practice a variety of different techniques, then copying your favorite manga artist might be a way to do just that. But would you really recommend this method to a complete beginner? I don't think that I would, personally. Don't get me wrong though, I'm a huge advocate for drawing things that may seem too difficult or things that you don't feel like you're ready to draw yet. But I also think, especially when you're first starting out, that it's very important to try to draw things that you can get as close to the reference as possible. That sense of satisfaction is going to carry you so hard at times when you're feeling a little bit demotivated, right? You're going to be flipping through your sketchbook, you're going to see that drawing that you have so much pride in now, and it's going to make you want to keep drawing, which is the real key to improvement, I think. Which is why, instead of drawing from manga, for beginners at least, I highly suggest that you get your references from anime. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the animation process, right? These animators have to sit there and draw this character dozens, if not hundreds of times, just to create a scene that'll span maybe a couple seconds. Multiply that over the course of a 20-minute episode, and they'll probably have drawn this character over 1,000 times. Logically, the easiest way to streamline this process so that the animator doesn't go crazy and that one season doesn't take 8 years to make would be to simplify these manga characters. And in that simplification is where beginner artists thrive, I think. Of course, there are scenes in anime where the artist will kick it into high gear and add even more detail and liveliness than in the original, but generally, that isn't the case. Which is why I find that drawing from anime, or in some cases certain illustrators, is something that I can wrap my head around a bit easier. Now, if you consider yourself anything other than a complete beginner, you're definitely a much better artist than I am, and probably don't want to hear any tips from this noob. But, hear me out, okay? I think even if you've been drawing for a while, the best way to improve your art isn't necessarily tied to drawing from manga. I'm just yapping now, and I can't say I've had too much experience with actually applying this to my art personally, but one thing I noticed about all my favorite artists after hours and hours of research on YouTube is the amount of importance they give to the fundamentals. It could be you're looking to add a little bit of interest to your drawings by trying to replicate all these complicated techniques that the professionals use, but there's a good chance that those artists think of those techniques as just kind of like the icing on top. They probably spent countless hours working on their core fundamentals, and only then did they decide to spice up their characters with all that fancy line work that we love. But again, take everything I say with a block of salt. I'm just a noob after all. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video off here. If you guys made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. But yeah, see you guys next time.